Hello everyone. Today I wanted to discuss how do children sleep, or what are the patterns of child sleep, especially in their first 1 year of life. This is a nightmarish question, and many parents have spent sleepless nights with their little one, especially in the first few months of life. So let us go through what is the sleep of newborn babies and infants, what makes the child not to sleep, and probably I'll try and give some tips where we could try and make the parents' life a bit better by making sure the child sleeps a little longer in the nights. So the first 1.5 months, these children sleep 2/3 of the 24 hours, which is almost 16-17 hours. They just wake up to feed and then immediately get back to sleep. In the nights, they may maximum sleep 2 to 3 hours or 2 to 4 hours at a stretch, which means in an 8-hour night, mother probably has to wake up 3 to 4 times to feed the baby or change the diapers. Once the baby gets slightly older, which is at 1.5 to 3 months, their sleep decreases to 14 or 15 hours, and then they can start sleeping in stretches of 3 to 6 hours, which means in a night a mother might have to wake up maybe once or twice, so they're already much more comfortable. After 3 months, the 4 to 6 month is much better. Children can sleep throughout the night 6 to 8 hours. It's hardly once the mother has to wake up for changing the diapers or feeding, but overall children of 4 to 6 months should spend more time sleeping in the night. This also means they sleep less during the daytime, because the total duration of their sleep is between 12 to 14 hours. So they are much more awake in the daytime and are looking for much more attention from the parents. They're also more curious. They start looking at bright colored objects. They start moving their head towards the sounds, and they start making some cooing noises. So a bit of development is definitely happening. A child of 6 to 8 months, their sleep now is just half the time, which is 12 hours out of 24 hours. These children can easily sleep throughout the night, which means they are awake most of the daytime. Now, what are the causes wherein the night sleep is disturbed? The commonest cause is illness, which means if the child has got a common cold or a diarrhea, fever, any of these can make the child not to sleep well at night, and they can be awake, which can disturb parents' sleep. Sleep regression. We doctors, we do not know why this happens, but time and again this does appear, especially when the child is between 3 to 6 months. For no reason at all, the child suddenly start waking up in the night and continues to be awake for many parts of the night. They also will be very fussy, maybe crying. They may expect one of the parent to carry the baby around. Feeding does not help, changing of diapers does not help, sometimes giving them good songs or cuddling them might not help, and they may want to cling on to the parents. Most times doctors do not find anything wrong with the baby, and we see that this child itself settles down over the next 3 to 4 weeks, and then the child is back to the previous pattern. Growth spurts. Whenever a child grows, which automatically happens in the first 2 to 3 months of life, every 10-15 days they experience a growth spurt, and later on they may experience a growth spurt once every month. During those 3-4 days, the children are more hungry, they are waking up more often and are more hungrier. Again, after the spurt has settled down, babies do settle down and go back to the old pattern of sleep. One another thing is where children are not sleeping independently, which means whenever they wake up in the night, suddenly they start screaming, they want one of the parent to be around. They do not settle down if you put them on a cot, if you put them on a sofa, or if you put them on the cradle. They expect the parent to carry them or cuddle them throughout the night, and they only sleep in one of the parents' arms. So this can be lot distressing to the parents, especially if they have to spend nights without sleeping. So what are the things parents can do to minimize some of this midnight awakening of the children? One, we need to try and establish a bedtime routine. See, we cannot do much for the first 3 months because the tummy of the baby is very small. So they need to be fed frequently. So they will get up every 3 to 4 hours because they cannot have more milk than that. Also, they have some neurological reflexes like moros, which with a slight startle will wake up the child. But after 3 months, we see that many of the newborn reflexes tend to disappear. The baby has doubled the weight, so the tummy size also has doubled, so they can take in a lot more milk. And after 3 months, you can see that many children can sleep 6 to 8 hours at a stretch. So this is very important at that time for the parents to put in a proper time when the babies sleep every day. So the routines always helps. Even if the child has suddenly woken up in the middle of the night, they are not hungry, they are looking to play, parents should not encourage it. Parents should not even switch on the light. As much possible, try to get back to sleep with less importance given to the child. So the child should understand this is not a playtime and should get quickly back into the sleep rhythm. Following a schedule in the daytime. Sometimes children sleep off too much in the daytime, which itself can make the child more active and more playful in the night. So the parents also should ensure the naps in the daytime are minimized, kept 2 or 3 times depending on the age of the child, and kept to a minimum so that the child can sleep for stretches or long stretches during night times. And lastly, patience. Because whatever I speak here, whatever you hear, each baby is different. Some babies, no matter what I say, no matter what we do, will not sleep during nights. So this is the time parents can get frustrated, depressed, but as I say, they have to hold on to one key thing, that is patience. Ultimately, these sleep regressions in the child will go away. If it is an illness which is causing them not to sleep, those will go away and the child will get back to their sleeping rhythms. Thank you.